Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Hardaway. Doncic against Leonard, and he banks in the layup.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here is Ibaka. Morris outside. George passes to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Porzingis. Pass to Richardson. Stolen by George. The finish. And George with the stuff.
Well, we've talked about, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Here's Richardson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. George passes to Beverley. Down low. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic dishes to Powell. Inside. Out to Doncic. Richardson against George. Clock at 6. And it's Doncic missing.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Here's Leonard. No good that time. Good D by Hardaway. Not a fast start for the Mavericks. Searching for their first points of the game. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Beverley. Morris trying to free himself up, and it's Beverley missing. Mavericks trail by 6. Now here is Hardaway. And a missed layup.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now the pass to Leonard. Beverley against Richardson. Outside Leonard. On the wing, Morris. Here's Ibaka. Morris kicks to George. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. To end the cold streak. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers leading by 6. Beverley looking around. Pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
To the wing right side. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Sinks that one from the post.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Ooh, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
George with the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Richardson the pass to Powell. Right side Porzingis. to Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Trey Burks checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Williams against Brunson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now Kennard. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the... Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback stuff.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, Maxi Kleber is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. To the left side wing. Ibaka comes with the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here are the Clippers. Los Angeles leading by 6. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. On the wing, Williams. Brunson covering. Back to Kennard. Outside for Batum. 4 on the clock. They're great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right.
No, we don't do that.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. And here's Johnson outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
They get the rebound. Batum scanning the floor. Outside Leonard from deep 3-point range. That one doesn't drop. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Here's Finney-Smith. And here's Brunson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Porzingis is coming in for James Johnson. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Doncic is subbed in for Burke. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Brunson over George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Mavericks making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Zubac's trying to break loose. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
When he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Powell. On the wing, Morris. George against Richardson. Outside, George to the middle. Zubac's in the post. Powell on him, off the mark. His first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Here's Richardson. A second chance effort. Porzingis off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Down low, Porzingis with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Powell. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Powell's got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Leonard. That shot missing, so the Mavericks will take it the other way.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Doncic finds Hardaway. Here's Richardson. Porzingis trying to get free. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on George.
You know, at this point of his career, Richardson knows his role, understands it, embraces it. He's a 3-and-D guy who gives you great effort at both ends of the court.
And Richardson drops them both. Everly with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. They need this. That's tipped.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots. Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time. That was a rough ride in the first quarter for Dallas. They wasted no time putting themselves. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. It's a one-point game. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Boy, he's an excellent defender. You look at Josh Richardson, he's got real good length, athleticism, quickness, and does a good job reading the opposition, too.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Well, I like the mindset of Richardson here, not settling for the jump shot.
And good that time. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And no good, but he tries to maintain control. He was fouled, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV soon. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about. That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Richardson outside to the paint. Kleba with the bucket. Kleba's got his first basket.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
The Clippers in the lead. Here's Kennard. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Up and in on the layup. Kennard's got his second basket of the game.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Here's Finney-Smith. Kennard covering. The offensive rebound. Kleba with the bucket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Trying to get open is Ibaka. And that one, good. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Finney-Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Finney-Smith's got 5 points so far.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson, who's checked in for Josh Richardson, and Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Porzingis is checked in for James Johnson. 1:31 left in the third. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Dallas. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Finney-Smith. He's got 5 for the lead. Tries to keep it alive. Brunson, no good. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Here's Kennard. And yes, it's good. Kennard's got his third basket of the night.
Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half. Not like it was in the first.
Now here's Burke. Good. Nice job down low.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team first attitude on display.
Here's Ibaka, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here. Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
The shot from 20 feet away. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brunson. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 3 assists in the game.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Ibaka, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Clippers leading by 4. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Dallas moving the ball around. The shot by Powell, no good. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Leonard finds Beverly, drops in the layup for 2. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And Beverly is a menace inside. I mean, incredibly crafty at finding ways to score down there.
Doncic against Leonard. Powell, that's good.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Ibaka for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Doncic. Excellent D there from George. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. And it's Beverly missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Over to the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. That 3 off the mark. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
This is it to Porzingis. Launches it. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Porzingis with the steal. Hardaway against Leonard. It's Hardaway with the drive. And the rejection by Zubac. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
The shot will not fall. Nice D from Porzingis. Richardson finds Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
You know, when Powell is this deep, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverley.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
Ibaka, no luck. Mavericks trail by 9. And Porzingis, here we go. Good on the shot.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. George hacks a 2-pointer. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Porzingis. Comes up empty down low. Clippers leading by 9. Williams passes to Morris. From deep. He doesn't hit that one.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Boy, I like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Doncic. Count it!
How impressive is Doncic? This guy is incredible at stepping up in big moments.
There's 42 seconds left in the game. Here's Williams, 6 to shoot. Mavericks with the rebound.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately. No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Leonard with no one around. No good with the triple. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And Porzingis launches it from deep. He's off from 3. Powell kicks to Hardaway. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
Yeah, he's got a great motor, Hardaway Jr. He does not need to be pushed to step up in big moments. He relishes it.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final prepper. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll take on John Wall and the Houston Rockets. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Powell in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. Al Porzingis following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Richardson kicks to Porzingis. Richardson dishes to Powell. That one no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Yeah, these two teams were so similar in so many ways last season, both in the standings and on the court. Very interested to find out who has the edge this time around.
Right wing. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Nurkic up top. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Just 5 on the clock. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Here's Dallas. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish. And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Now, here's Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Nurkic against Hardaway. From 7. And Nurkic finishes inside.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Pass to Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. Doncic, no good.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Kicks it out to Covington. It's hauled in by Richardson.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Covington passes to McCollum. Nurkic kicks to Anthony. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Out to the right wing. Porzingis passes to Doncic. To the inside. Here's Powell. And it's Portland with the rebound.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Pass to Carmelo. Back to Lillard from deep 3-point range. And no good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Powell inside, covered by Anthony. Pass to Porzingis. On the wing, Hardaway. Doncic right side. Covington with the steal. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Off target from the wing.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Hardaway, no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Nurkic dishes to Covington. McCollum outside. Shoots over Powell. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Here's Brunson. Here's Johnson. He can't get it to go.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
They've got Little. He's out there with Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. They're the group that Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Collins. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
Now here's Burke. 9 points last game. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now here's Little. He's guarded by Johnson. Hood for 3. Kleba with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Here's Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. Here's Burke. The pass to Finney-Smith. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Kleba's got the game tied up here for Dallas.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Simons. Kleba with the rebound. Kleba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Burke, the pass to Brunson. And they take the lead. Brunson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
And despite those shooting problems in the first quarter, they have the lead and look like they're finally getting it together offensively.
Trent can't hit. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Kleber kicks to Brunson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. There's the three. Rebounded by Hood. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far.
And Rodney Hood, not a big name player, Bones, but he's earned a ton of minutes wherever he's played over the course of his career.
A lot of people just really happy for Rodney Hood that he can continue his career coming back from a torn Achilles, and that's no easy task. So for him to just be back out on the floor and contributing in any way is a great sign.
Hood against Johnson. Back to Hood. He feeds it to Little. Picked off in midair. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Hood. Johnson, the pass to Kleber. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Now it's a 6-point Dallas lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Collins. 20 seconds left to play here in the half. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Pass to Burke. Here's Finney-Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kleber inside. And a close game so far through the first 2.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. It didn't look like they'd be in this position at the half. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories so far, Maxi Kleber getting it done today.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Doncic finds Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. Trailblazers on D. A 2-point game. Passes to Porzingis. And stolen by Lillard.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
For the lead. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And the shot goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Doncic. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Cullen passes to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. And Lillard gets double teamed for the lead. No good on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Powell kicks to Doncic. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic big and blocking.
Here's Richardson. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Powell pulls it in. Dallas leading by 4. Hardaway with it. On the wing, Hardaway. Doncic finds Richardson. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Doncic against Lillard. Offensive rebound. Covington dishes to Lillard. Launches a 3. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane, they're hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Powell trying to free himself up. And Doncic gets it to go. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold. And anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Back to Richardson. Nurkic with the steal. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. Here's Powell. Finished off the break. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for the man.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Covington passes to Nurkic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
Excellent footwork inside from Nurkic there to put the D in an awkward position and force them to foul him there.
Both teams will make substitutions. There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Doncic kicks to Johnson. Out to Doncic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Doncic has got 6 here in this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
It's McCollum with the drive. Can't cash in from close range. Mavericks leading by 7. Richardson finds Kleba. Johnson outside. Over Anthony. But they get it back. Picked him clean. And now Portland on the break. And a wide open look for McCollum. The putback is no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been there. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Ball stolen. McCollum right side. Down low. Nurkic from down in the low post. It goes.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Now here's Richardson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. 5 to shoot. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Pass break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. No good that time, and it's Portland the other way. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Porzingis. The fader. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Melo dishing that one out, not just a scorer, finding a teammate on that possession.
Over to the left wing. The pass to Porzingis. From the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. From the stripe. No good off the back of the rim.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Nurkic in the post. Powell's there. Powell with the steal. The drive by Doncic. Count that bucket. And now it's a 3-point Dallas lead.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Lillard from outside. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Richardson. That one misses. And it's Portland the other way. Outside Covington. Anthony on the wing. Back to Covington. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Covington's got his first 2 points.
Big time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Tries it from 9. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Covington finds Lillard. It's Nurkic top of the key. Lead away. Porzingis with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Portland grabs the miss. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Covington dishes to Lillard. To the paint. Pass to Covington. McCollum outside. Nurkic up top. Over Richardson.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Richardson right side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Remember Josh Richardson, a second-round pick. He has come a long way in this league in a short time. A great athlete who shoots it well and enjoys playing the D.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Here's McCollum. Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
From 11 feet away, and that one comes up a bit short. The three from Anthony. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Covington down low. Covered by Morris. Clock is at 3. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Goes up. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverley. George has got the opening field goal of the game for the Clippers. Covington kicks to Lillard. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And that one is good. Greg, you played over a decade in the NBA. Is there an opening day that you remember most that sticks out in your mind?
No doubt. The very first time I put on that Knicks jersey, you know, your rookie year, the game was in Orlando. I got to play 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, especially on a really good team. And it was an awesome experience. That was a moment you had dreamt of your entire life if you grew up wanting to play basketball, man, and I was pumped.
That's a great story. Covington with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. McCollum with the ball. And that one good.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Ibaka drawing the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so here are the Clippers. Beverley the pass to Morris. Shot clock at 6. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Marcus Morris. Back to McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his second basket of the night.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Anthony with it. Leonard picks him up. McCollum right side. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in steals, 8th in scoring, and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And like a thief in the night, he will pick your pocket clean. Top 10 in steals, as you said last year. Always a threat to cause a turnover. Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah. Here's Zubats. The shot, no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Pass to Simons. Collins kicks to Anthony. No good on the triple. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. 5th, the Clippers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
The wide open shot by Little. Off target from outside. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nuggets. Williams passes to Zubats. And again, the Clippers turn it over for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for Anthony. And Hood subbed in for Little. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Batum's checked in. Simons the pass to Collins. And it's Hood in the corner. Portland no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Batum dishes to Leonard. Banked in off the glass.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Jones kicks to Collins. Hood for three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Yep, it counts.
And just a fluid offensive talent with really a knack for getting to his spots. Williams so hard to keep up with.
Here's Trent. His last outing, he had 18 points. Hood can't get it to go.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jump. That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the play.
Passes it to Collins. With 4 seconds on the clock, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
But this is what Collins is going to give you, energy. Because of this, he draws these type of fouls.
And the Clippers making a switch here. And so Collins nails both of them. Here's Williams. Puts up a 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Great balance of efficiency and intensity, which is why they hold the early lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Jones is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 2. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. But hey, bro, he had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
For Portland, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Covington finds Jones. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer, Lillard. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Morris does a great job keeping his head up, finding his teammate for quality shots.
Now here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Lillard. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Misses the 3. The Clippers trail. Here's Kennard. Here's Morris. That one doesn't go. And it's Portland the other way. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Kennard. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
Shoots the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
This is who McCollum is, someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Covington with the steal. Beverly against McCollum. Takes it out to Covington. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Over in the corner, Beverly. And the Clippers miss again.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Little comes in for Derek Jones. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. Here's Leonard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Trent passes to Anthony. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And now just a 3-point Portland lead.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period came to a close with them holding it. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to be.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the small. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
There's the pass to Morris. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Look at the energy Lillard plays with. He doesn't give in to the defense. He's superb at scoring despite getting hit.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Pass to McCollum. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 2. Ibaka goes in. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Anthony finds Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard scanning the floor. Nurkic trying to get open, and he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
The consistency of Lillard with his consistent probing on the defense, he's become Mr. Reliable at a very young age.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. That's a 2 from Lillard, and too long on the shot. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Leonard attacking. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers. Pass to McCollum. Covington in the corner. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Trailblazers shooting around 41% on the night. Inside. Covington with the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And it's clear Covington isn't bashful. He welcomes any opportunity he gets to score inside.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Passes it to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
McCollum outside. Lillard outside. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go that time. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Morris dishes to Leonard. Second chance shot. Tipped away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Clippers now. Ibaka with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Clock at 4. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Ibaka. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Anthony finds Lillard. Back to Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Yeah, that's good instincts as a distributor. I mean, Lillard on point with the pass.
And George, here we go. Missed inside. Trailblazers shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Lillard with it, working on Ibaka. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Sometimes it's impossible to contain Nurkic. At his height and weight, he's great at finishing through contact.
And stolen by Lillard. The drive by Nurkic. Anthony. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
all the officials are all over that one.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Simons, the pass to Trent. The layup off target. We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Hood. Collins is out there with Little, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Simons. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard, no luck. Collins passes to Trent. Here's Hood. Kennard covering. Hood gets the bucket.
Adding more to his offensive game. You got to love that. Hood wanting to prove he's more than just a perimeter scorer.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. On the wing, Williams. Outside for Batum. To the middle. Clock at 6. Collins with some nice D. Trailblazers leading by 5. They're running. Little with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Now Little. Back to Hood. Now here's Little. Kennard covering. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Batum passes to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. And finished off by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Back to Collins. The pass to Simons. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Collins against Zubac. Ball's knocked loose. And the dunk by Zubac.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's Trent. Here's Little. From outside, off the mark. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Zubac, the pass to Batum. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Oh, I mean, what a time to turn it over. I mean, if this game doesn't go their way, we're going to look back on that.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Here's Trent. Kennard covering for Los Angeles. They've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Pass to Trent. To the paint. Here's Little. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Misses from short range. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Simons surveying the D. And it's Finds Hood in the corner. Stolen by Zubac. Morris into the lane. To the inside. And stolen by Hood. Pass to Simon. Here's Trent. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Count.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And it's sent back by Leonard. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Morris throws it down.
And Morris is certainly a clutch player. Demands the ball when the game is on the line.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. It falls!
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball.
Covington finds McCollum. Paul George with the steal. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel. And
Hey, Kevin,
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Powell in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Doncic. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Here's George. Beverley deciding where to go with it. Leonard against Hardaway. Here's Ibaka. Mavericks with the rebound.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Leonard with the ball. Hardaway picks him up, and that one's good. Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
And Porzingis.
Don't sleep on his athleticism now. Porzingis plays well above the rim.
And stolen by Richardson. Fast break, Dallas. Hardaway passes to Powell. Porzingis at the elbow. It's Richardson on the wing. Dallas moving it around. Hardaway for 3. They get it back. Fades back. The Mavericks rebound. Powell. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Down low. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Feeds to Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Leonard with no one around. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. It's stolen by Ibaka. Back to Morris. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Hardaway finds Porzingis. Now Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Over George. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
And George with the stuff.
Always amongst the league leader in steals, Kawhi Leonard knows how to start a fast break.
To the right side. Right side, Porzingis. Pass to Hardaway. Paul George with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Beverley. And the layup falls.
What a nice little burst from Patrick Beverley to get in transition.
Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Doncic. And that time, also a missed shot.
I'll tell you, most of the time, this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Richardson dishes to Doncic. Goes up again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The Powell really using that length of his to draw fouls. Great anticipation from the young big.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 9 points. Back to Johnson. The pass to Kleba. Here's Burke. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Lou Williams. This is his first free throw of the game.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 16-7 run. Batum attacking, and Batum throws it down.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
Brunson the pass to Kleba, and Kleba slams it in.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
On the wing, Batum. Lots of room. Mavericks with the rebound. He got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Clippers lead by 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
You know, this game, it's a physical...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Batum in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. That one drops for him. Kleba's got his second basket. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Mavericks with the rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Johnson outside. Here's Finney Smith. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Boy, how about the instincts right there by Lou Williams? Not known as a defender, but picks the pocket there.
Takes it from 10. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell. because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Now here is Hardaway. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Minnesota. Doncic, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
You allow Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
Outside Hardaway. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys worked back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true. Here's Richardson after the Clippers pick up 2. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Zubats. Now, here's Doncic. 20 points for him last game against Minnesota.
Boy, the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Back to Kennard. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. And George now top of the key. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's Beverley missing. Mavericks trail by 13. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. Richardson dishes to Powell. Out to the right wing. Here's Porzingis. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Powell, no good. On the wing, George. Pass to Beverley. He dishes it to Ibaka. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight, the home. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends of the floor. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Here's Powell. Passes it to Porzingis. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Clippers leading by 15.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball. Well, let's remember, Serge Ibaka is a defensive presence. This guy, an elite shot blocker early in his career, and he is now a capable scorer from just about anywhere.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in, and then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Hardaway. Kleber, the pass to Doncic. Doesn't go for him. Clippers shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. And it's Leonard missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. 15-point game. And the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
9 feet out, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Dallas gets called for the foul. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Batum in for Morris. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Brunson, the bounce pass. Inside. Kleber finds Brunson. Johnson outside. Back to Brunson. Over George. And he can't bank that one in. And it's George finishing it off.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
To the left wing. Back to Burke. Pass to Johnson. Back to Burke. And Brunson has it in the corner. And there's the pass to Kleber. And the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. Williams leading the charge. Count that one.
Well, Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
Mavericks trail by 18. Now here's Burke. To the inside. Brunson kicks to Burke. 6 to shoot. Dallas moving it around. Johnson, the pass to Kleber. Leonard with the steal. And here comes the break. From deep, George. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. George has got 17.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Zubac the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Well, how about that killer instinct? Paul George understanding he's got it going right now, very confident in his abilities.
Dallas again turning it over. And Los Angeles with some changes. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Dallas also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. To the paint, here's Zubac. outside for Batum. Pass to Kennard. Beverly wide open. And the Clippers miss again.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Hardaway, no good. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Leonard. Makes it off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Passes to Finney-Smith. Richardson outside. Johnson outside. Powell in the high post. Here's Finney-Smith. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Kennard against Doncic. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. You hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some will say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you are involved in more facets of the game.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Here's Powell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter, and where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Clippers leading by 18. Powell with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
And the dunk by Powell.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Ibaka outside. That's a 2 from Kennard. That's short off the rim.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Powell, that's good.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Pass to Porzingis. Over Morris. Doncic outside. Now the pass to Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. No good on the free throw.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
Left side Williams. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Dallas. Al Richardson from 8. Here's Powell. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Shots good by Ibaka.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. Ibaka dishes to George. Clippers moving the ball around. But they'll get another chance. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Williams. Fires from deep. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Williams. And the Clippers lead by 17.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Here's Doncic. And he gets it to go. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Leonard the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Pass to Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, if you allow Hardaway to get near the rim, this is what's going to happen. This guy is a fantastic finisher.
And here is Williams. Leonard on the wing, out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Burke. Here's Finney-Smith. Cauley-Stein passes to Finney-Smith. 13 feet away. Misses there. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The sprawling metropolis.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Powell in at the 5. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Covington with the steal. Outside Anthony. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Anthony's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Trailblazers.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. And Porzingis, here we go. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Doncic with it. 20 points for him last game against Minnesota.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Now here's Porzingis. Doncic passes to Powell. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Stolen by McCollum. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. Nurkic kicks to Anthony. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Doncic with the steal. Richardson outside. The pass to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. McCollum against Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. And that ties it up.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. That's tipped. Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Doncic leading the charge. They now take the lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Here's Lillard. Following the score by Josh Richardson. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Basket counts. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Here's Doncic following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Richardson the pass to Powell. Nurkic with the steal. Now here's McCollum. There's 1:17 left here in the first quarter. Anthony kicks to Covington. The Trailblazers rebound.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
You know, you look at Hardaway Jr. right now. I think efficiency is everything, should be the priority for him. I think he has the talent, no doubt, but just needs to play to his strengths a little bit more.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Johnson comes in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Hood. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Burks is checked in for Dallas. They've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Finney-Smith. Covered by Hood. Finney-Smith passes to Burke. Wants to get it to Collins and does. Here's Trent. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Johnson kicks to Kleber. A three-pointer off the mark. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
James Johnson is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Burke hits them both. Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Trent, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
So it's the Mavericks now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Kleber kicks to Burke. Just 5 on the clock. Kleber against Collins.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
To the middle. Here's Simons. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for Portland. After a promising rookie campaign, a washed year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
And it's Whittle finishing it off.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Burke. 9 points last game out. Johnson kicks to Brunson. And it's Portland with the rebound. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Simons. Back to Collins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Good on both. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Doncic outside. Back to Richardson. Here's Powell. Richardson outside. Shot clock at 3. Here's Doncic. They get it back. It's Powell on the wing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Lillard. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. From deep. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. They could use a bucket, and Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career.
Covington with the steal. Pull up Jay, and it's finished off inside by McCollum. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Portland.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Now, here's Covington. 8 points his last outing. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by Hardaway.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Pass to Powell. Over Collins. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's been 10 unanswered points. And it's McCollum in the corner. And stolen by Richardson. Collins against Powell. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. Here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite, well, a big step back for the Blazers last year. This team struggled early, didn't match. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Lillard from outside. With the putback, there's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
And it's Lillard missing. The Mavericks shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Powell.
You know, I think they really want Richardson to be a leader of this team, and the best way to do it really is by sharing the ball, keep everybody involved in the offense.
Lillard from outside, and it's Lillard again missing.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. And stolen by Lillard. Porzingis with the steal. Up top, Doncic. Finished off the break. Doncic has got his second bucket.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Passes it to Lillard. From outside the arc. But they recover it. Anthony. Lillard outside. 6 to shoot for the 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Three-pointer. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Back to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Right side Porzingis. Lets it go with the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Portland the other way. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And here's Covington from the arc. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And stolen by Hood. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Off the left rim and out. Mavericks trail by 9. Brunson the pass to Johnson. Now here's Nurkic. Outside Jones. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Nurkic finds Jones, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Little, he's checked in for Nurkic. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Burke the pass to Brunson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Finney-Smith. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers leading by 9. And here's Little. Here's Trent. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Johnson.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Johnson goes in, pass to Kleber. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. There's the pass to Trent. Hood for 3. Missed. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Gotta keep tracking down balls.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Doncic. Maxi Kleber is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Pass to Simons. And that one hits back iron.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Now Brunson. Doncic right side. Can't hit from in close. Trailblazers leading by 11. Here's Simons. From past the arc. Kleber with the rebound. Dallas shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. It's stolen by Little. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Passes it to Hood. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Trent. And the three off target.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
It's good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Down low. Hood, the pass to Little. Knocks it loose. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Brunson. Finished off the break. Brunson's got his first points of the game.
Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
Here's Trent, and he jams it with authority.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
From deep. Little with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Out to Doncic. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Hood on the wing. Pass to Trent. Back to Hood. The three. The shot that time, not on target. Mavericks trail by 14. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by Hood. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Portland.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year. And when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take that first game of the season series. That's what they've done here tonight against the Mavericks.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Robert Covington.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleber. Cauley Stein comes in for Johnson. And it's Green in for Luka Doncic. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Harry Giles comes in for Derek Jones. Finney Smith passes to Cauley Stein. And the pass to Brunson. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. Portland with the ball. To the paint. Back to Canner, to the inside. Pass to Hood. This one for three. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just welcome everybody to the day we DH.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Tuesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Tearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Morris finds Beverly. Here is Ibaka. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Outside Anthony. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we'd love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the off right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the off season on that challenge.
Season never really ends. 3-pointer Lillard. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Near the 3-point line, it's Morris. That one a little long.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The drive by Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
That's a big body there with Nurkic coming through. He knows he's got size on most guys he's going to play against.
Now here is George. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And here are the Trailblazers. They've got an 8-0 run. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. To the middle. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by McCollum.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team. This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
The shot's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And Portland has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. Lillard from outside. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Yeah, a season sweep form last year in this matchup. They were consistent as far as ensuring they beat the teams they were supposed to. Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. The feed to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Morris into the lane. Offensive rebound. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Kennard. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. Out to the right wing. Simons the pass to Collins. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. A nice shot by Simons.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Leonard dishes to George. Leonard on the wing. Over Little. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And Collins is right there.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Here's Leonard. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in the...
Show up.
Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but...
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Luke Kennard. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the 1.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Now here's Anthony. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to Denver. Jurkic can't hit. Outside, Batum. And it's Portland with the rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Beverly against Lillard. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim. Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Here's Batum. Out to Morris. Pass to Beverly. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Morris. Trailblazers keep it alive. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Gotta love Melo rising up right there on the putback dunk and just taking advantage of the D.
Over in the corner, Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Lillard. Takes it out to Covington. McCollum outside. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard misses.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's good from long range. Lillard's got the lead up to 13 now for Portland.
He seems to have just lost his touch. Only 1 for his first 5 here in the quarter.
Andrew Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hood's checked in for Nurkic. Here's Beverly. And he lays it straight in.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up. And his team is doing the same.
It's Covington on the wing. Offline with his 3.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Outside for George. Ibaka in the post. Goodbye Hood. Inside. Tries again. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Los Angeles. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hood dishes to Collins. Wide open. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his second bucket of the night.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
And the shot is good.
Well, you deserve that kind of treatment if you're going to get up with Lou Williams like that. Terrific at getting to the rack.
Here's Collins. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Gets it off. And that one is off. And so it's Portland. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 11. Shaq, how do you think? That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Back to Anthony. Leonard with the steal. Beverly with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Zubac is checked in for Morris.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with the stuff.
Stellar anticipation by Leonard to create the fast break opportunity. That's why he's a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 7. In the corner, George with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverly. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Jones is checked in. Lou Williams is checked in for Paul George. McCollum against Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard misses.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And here's McCollum for 3. They grab their own miss. Nurkic. McCollum passes to Jones. And here we go. Clippers running again. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 8 points.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Zubac against Lillard. Nurkic in the post. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Outside Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Collins sees an opening, gets to the opening, and drives in.
Here's Williams. And the slam by Williams.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Hood dishes to Collins. The pass to Little. Here's Simons. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 16-7 run. Morris, no good. Portland leading. And a wide open look for Hood. A 3-pointer, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Williams' shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Hood. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. For the tie. 32 seconds left to play here in the third. That evens the score.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Got a piece of it. Last break. Here come the Trailblazers. Simons surveying the D. Yep, that one goes in there. Collins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
strong suit on offense is Collins getting down on the inside.
With 1 on the clock, and Kennard finishes it off.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. We're going to step aside for... Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
It's going to become a possession game.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Ibaka is out there with Morris, and it's George in at the small forward spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Ibaka comes with the double team. Nurkic kicks to Anthony. Pass to Trent. Shot clock at 5. Nurkic in the post. Ibaka on him. Nurkic can't hit.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's George. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. Pass to Nurkic. The jump hook. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Melo powering his way through the defense down there. He's used to that kind of contact throughout his career.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Ever we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
To the wing right side. Right side, George. Left side, Ibaka. He dishes it to Morris. Can't connect from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
McCollum finds Covington. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Such a luxury to have McCollum be able to play both guard spots. So not just a scorer, solid passer too, about 3 assists for his career.
Clippers trail by 4. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Lillard against Beverly. Chalk up 2 there. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
He kicks it to Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds here tonight. George. And Covington sends it back. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Covington finds McCollum. Back to Covington. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 5th assist in this one. George against McCollum. Here's Nurkic. That one goes in.
Clutch bucket by Nurkic on that possession. They needed that one.
Clippers trail by 4. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Everly with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard inside, covered by Anthony. And here's McCollum. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Back to Covington. Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Kawhi Leonard.
And so he makes both from the line.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
58 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Anthony in the corner. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Over Ibaka. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
And you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
Leonard, money!
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
It's McCollum on the wing. Nurkic up top. Lillard from outside sinks the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Morris, no good. Anthony kicks to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. So the Trailblazers win it. They seem to relish their... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.